Hey, Lisa, boy, what a beautiful city. I haven't been in downtown Fort Wayne in forever. Man, is it gorgeous? They got it all here. Good restaurants, reasonable. Love this place. I would rank this right up there, at least the city part, the downtown area with Lexington. Hey, James. Oh, that's beautiful. I haven't been downtown Fort Wayne in a long time. Wow, how nice. Beautiful. A lot of good restaurants here. Hey, Mark. Hey, LA. How you doing? I'm in beautiful Fort Wayne. I mean, you can't tell where I'm at now because I got this coffee. Yeah, I gotta get back to Detroit. I haven't been back there. Probably get down there in December sometime. Hey, Del, I've been on the road for this is my seventh week. I couldn't believe they had a PF Chang's here. I was thinking today driving. Oh, Brian, yeah, wasn't that weird? Wasn't that kind of strange? I just saw that I'm driving down 69, and I saw that flames, and I pulled over. At first, I thought it was a horse trailer. And then I turned the camera on, and I could see everybody was outside, and there was nobody in danger. So I just kind of had a front row seat to the whole thing. Yeah, pretty cool. I went to that Barnes and Noble last night, and I didn't. They run the gamut as far as like, they're not all the same, and that one's kind of like a not that great a one. Soft cover, more soft cover than hard cover, and there's actually two Barnes and Noble in Fort Wayne, which is a shocker to me. So I'll go to the other one tomorrow. And this Greek restaurant outside of my hotel is absolutely fantastic. Hey, Erica, how you doing, LA? Now I don't know about Indiana. They haven't banned that in-room dining yet, which is nice. Hey, Bobby, same to you. Hey, Kay. Hey, Faye. I took a few pictures of downtown. Go out and like this Greek restaurant's open today, which I'm really looking forward to. Such good food, homemade Greek food, legit. Yeah, thanks, Alex. I don't know. I mean, I think I help him a little, not a lot. I would help him more if I could, but it's such a like daunting task. Only thing I promise to do is be nice to him for a few minutes, give him a few bucks for lunch. But it's frustrating because I don't know what I'd do. Oh, okay, Jesus. Yeah, it's a beautiful town. How you liking it out there in North Carolina? Oh, good, LA. Good for you. Yeah, I was thinking about Cracker Barrel myself too. I know they're open today. There's one around here someplace. There's two big giant topless bars outside my hotel. It's kind of like it's right down the road from this, like a mile and a half. It's kind of like industrial truck stops, hotels. I think that business model isn't what it used to be. There wasn't that many people at either one of them. They have the big giant, 200-foot signs in the air. But I looked out my window and neither one seemed very busy. Hey, Radical, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know if that's a dead business nowadays or not. But I drive by them all the time. They don't seem to be like busy like they used to be. Hey, Chris. Same to you. Hey, Sputnik. Yep. I got a really good hotel room. I checked in there last night. The internet wasn't working, which is an absolute killer for me. You know, with uploading 4K, it takes forever, even on small videos. Luckily, the lady got it working again by resetting it, or I would have really been screwed. Yeah, it used to be a big bar. I remember that. Yeah, huge. Yeah, at least this state you can still, go in and do things, where Michigan and Kentucky, they shut it down. That Barnes & Noble was dead last night. Oh, were they really, LA? Why are they banned? Why? You mean indoor? Now I'm not a big Starbucks fan, but I did go here today because I was desperate. I've been going to them because it's just the only game around a lot of times. And this Starbucks is really good. It's funny the difference in, staffing at these places. That one I was at, Carmel, was slow. This one was super fast. Yeah, Amanda's doing great. Got off drugs, in a relationship, working full time, and living outside of Detroit. She's doing great. There's actually two Amandas. The other one's doing great as well. She's in a relationship, working full time, living outside of Detroit, and off drugs. So both Amandas are doing well. Oh, COVID prevention. Gotcha. I just talked to a guy I know up in West Branch, just got over this COVID. Said he had the fever for one day and was like, could barely get out of bed for 2 days, and then slowly got better, was off work for a week. But from beginning to end, it was 2 weeks. Hey, Terry. Hey, Joe. How you doing? Oh, same to you, Pauline. That's great. Spain. They can say what they want about, like, people on their cell phones. I know I'm on mine all the time, and I'm thankful for it. 20 years ago, I'd have had to go over to Barnes & Noble when they were open and read about Spain to find out about it. Here we got somebody popping in on a chat while I'm drinking a coffee. Doesn't get much better than that. Oh, good for you. Oh, do you, Pauline? Well, there's somebody Thanksgiving's not good for. Ambulance. Absolutely not, Chris. There's a buddy of mine in Detroit that we argue about boxing back and forth. To me, that's a clown fest. They're using 12-ounce gloves, and there's some issue where they're not allowed to knock each other out, and it's celebrity judges. It's embarrassing to the sport of boxing. I put that right up there with Tanya Harding wrestling. Oh, thank you, peace and love. I mean, are you a boxing fan? Do you watch boxing a lot, Chris? Are you really into it? Oh, thank you, Klaus. Yeah, cool. Fort Wayne's good. No, it's some stupid. I mean, it's more of a sideshow than a legitimate sporting event. Yeah, I like MMA. Yeah, but if you know about boxing and you followed it, you know how punching power drops off as people age. I mean, I could take you around to boxing clubs across the country, and I could find teenagers that would knock both those guys out at this stage of the game. Yeah, I mean, they're in shape, but it's old man shape. It's not like young, world-class fighting. It's more like I think they should use pillows instead. Yeah, I like the internet. I'm on it constantly, checking out things. There's somebody taking a picture of the horse at P.F. Chang's in that white car over there. Hey, Claudia. I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Saw a big freight train going through downtown. Downtown Fort Wayne is beautiful. Get on the internet and look at it, check it out. Really nice. I can't quite figure out, these malls are in trouble everywhere, which is sad, but it's a changing of times, man. People order things with a click of a mouse. It's very hard to stay in a freestanding building. These malls are, like you look over there, I don't know whether those are places that went out of business or what. Yeah, okay, yep. Hey, Priestess. No, I'm still in Indiana. I'm in Fort Wayne. I'm still down here. This is like a perfect city for me. A lot of industry, old history, but yet they got a Barnes & Noble and a P.F. Chang's. Yeah, there's an argument for that, Brian. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Boxing is different than power punching. I left Indianapolis, yeah. Yeah, now I'm in Fort Wayne. Yeah, Coliseum, yep. This is a real happening street, man. Anything you want is on Coliseum. Any kind of food. I mean, speaking of that, the Greek restaurant admitted they don't make their own gyros, so I would not order them there. It's impossible to get a gyro, whatever the hell you call it. Depends on who you ask. But a lady was telling me that this King Gyros around, I guess it's a chain, has excellent gyros. Do you know anything about that? Because I drove by one the other day someplace and it didn't look that great. But if it's got good gyros, I will definitely be going there. Yeah, when that fire, I was just driving down the road, I saw the fire and then I pulled over and it's like I was like right up in the front. Really, the reason I pulled over was, first of all, see if they needed help. And then after I did that, there was no way in hell I was driving through that thick black smoke, even breathing it for a second. Daisy either. It was going right across the road there. I'm telling you, people don't understand the damage your lungs can take, even in a brief encounter with smoke like that. That's the most toxic smoke there is. When I was taking that Badger, that coal-burning boat across Lake Michigan when I came back from Montana, they had to retrofit their engines to get rid of the ash that they dumped. But anyway, you still get a lot of soot that comes out of there. And they have a deflector, but when the wind's coming at the right way and you're going the right direction, it comes right down along the side of the boat where people are sitting. And I'm sitting there taking photos, and I see this family sitting at the chairs. And they're talking. I see this soot, and the kids are kind of laughing that the soot's coming by, thinking it's funny. And it's none of my business, and I probably shouldn't have said anything, but I went up to the guy and I said, hey, this is none of my business, but you don't want to be breathing in that black coal soot. I mean, it's super bad. I mean, they ought to have this placard that somebody ought to be coming out from the ship and telling you, because of these odd wind conditions that you're getting nailed with this while you're just sitting outside. You think get out of there. So they kind of mulled around, got up and left. And when I was leaving, he must have Googled it later. The guy came up to me after we were waiting to get our cars taken off the ship, and he said, hey, I appreciate you telling me that. We were just out there sitting and not paying attention. Another thing, too, you would be surprised at the damage your lungs can get by sitting around a campfire. People like the smell of wood. You're out there drinking. You're having a good time. You make sure you stay upwind of that smoke. I'm serious. Yeah, isn't that crazy about worried about who's Santa? I always think that too. Back in the day, you'd see somebody show up in a Santa outfit, and you'd think, oh, that's nice, the kids are excited and Santa Claus. Now I think, God, I wonder who that pervert is Wonder if they did a background check. Yeah, I think the same way. It's terrible. Yeah, that's it, Mary. Yep. Wood stoves. That's exactly right. Yeah, they don't know any better. Now, one good thing that I think is interesting about that car fire, did you see that? Did you see that? Those bright flames on that? Did you see that plastic burning? You know, I mentioned in a comment, I don't know if you saw it or not, but I've talked to firefighters before that have recorded 2,800 degree Fahrenheit plus temperatures in a car fire, which just is mind blowing to me. I mean, that's super hot. It's crazy. I mean, it melts glass and it melts metal. I mean, how would you like to have been upside down trapped in that car? Yeah, I just got lucky, you know. I mean, just driving along, and, you know, I had a first row seat. I give myself enough A plus for having enough brains to get back in line before they cleared the traffic. I bet that traffic was backed up. That's one of the busiest roads I've been on. That's my only knock against the Indianapolis Noblesville area. I love it there. But part of the reason that I didn't stay longer was because I just couldn't imagine Black Friday around 465 and I-69. It's got to be just bumper to bumper like forever. The traffic down there is a killer. I mean, I love the sound of traffic, and where I was staying, 465 went right by my hotel room, which I liked. And I'm telling you, all night long it sounds like a jet engine outside. 2, 3, 4, 5, Sunday, doesn't matter. That is the busiest highway that I know of, Chicago included. Oh, a partition? That makes sense. Yeah, okay. Now, see, in Indiana here, where things are kind of loose up, although I told you I had lunch at an Olive Garden, which I never do the other day, and the waitress, I've met some really super nice waitresses. These waitresses where I'm going at this Greek place, I talked to one yesterday for 45 minutes. Husband's a superintendent in the school, just a sweetheart of a lady. And the lady that waited on me was really nice. Yeah, same to you, Train. Yep. Honestly, Thanksgiving doesn't mean anything to me. It's just another day. It's not bad, though, because I'm getting a Greek dinner and I just got a good coffee, which is usually my biggest complaint, that everything's shut down. If I was at home now in West Branch, I mean, I'd be naming the squirrels, climbing down the trees, which is part of the reason why I'm not home. Yeah, those King Gyros, are they any good? Would you recommend them or not? Yeah, downtown is, although I hate to say, you know, I haven't been downtown in 10 years. I lived right downtown for 13 years. It's super clean, super nice, but I'm telling you, that business model is kind of falling apart. The Magnificent Mile, those stores are boarded up now, vandalism, they're getting more crime. That was their crown jewel. I got to Chicago at the tail end of the good days. I lived in the Gold Coast, and it was all upper end, nice. I mean, if you called the cops, they were there in 3 seconds. Everybody walking out, you know, like a lot of professionals lived there, and it was nice. And it's still nice, but yeah, the Magnificent Mile, all that shopping and stuff is kind of like died out. Even before I left, the Water Tower, which was across from the old Borders Books, was having problems keeping tenants, and that California Pizza Kitchen ended up going out of business. This is how you know you're getting old. When I moved there in 98, either 99 or 2000, they built a Barnes & Noble, and everybody was super excited about it, and it was great. I went there all the time, you know, knew the people that worked there. That's torn down now. It's not even there. I used to eat at Big Bull right on the corner of Rush and Cedar all the time. I ran into all sorts of people there. Robert Plant, Kevin Bacon, Jenny Jones. I mean, talk to these people sitting at the counter. No big deal, but it was an interesting place. You never knew who you were going to. David Schwimmer, Pink. Talked to her one day. Because if you were by yourself, you'd sit at the counter. It's just interesting. You know, Jerry Springer, who, by the way, is a first-class great guy. Anybody that knows Jerry Springer loves him. He's a super good guy. But it was an interesting place to live. Chicago's great. I love it. But it's weird. I don't miss it. You're right about that train. A lot of things like that happen. Yeah. Yep, you're right. Yeah, that's a big change. You're right. I mean, it's, you know, you don't realize things until they're gone. You know, but once these malls are gone and they're already on their last legs, yeah, you're going to get whatever it is you're buying for a couple bucks cheaper. But there's a price to pay for that. There's something to be said to going into a place. Like if I wasn't so lazy, I would be getting a new phone while I'm down here in Indiana because it's a nightmare in Michigan. You can't even go in and look at them. But I'm too lazy, and until this phone quits and I'm forced to drive 100 miles, I probably won't get one because I just don't want to mess with it. Yeah, the Barnes & Noble's torn down where I was living in Chicago on the Gold Coast. Right there about the 1000 block. Yep. They're going to make some big giant hotel or something. Yeah, actually, Dragon's Milk was all over Indiana. I was talking to a guy from India. I don't know if he owns it or just works there. Super sharp guy. And, God, did this guy know a lot about beer. Yeah, we talked for about 20 minutes. I meet so many cool, interesting people. I tell you, the lady that's running this Red Roof Inn is a sweetheart. She's managed them all over and just a good, honest, decent, hard-working person. Yeah, yep. You got to wear a mask, yep. Now, it looks to me like I asked them last night when I was in Barnes & Noble, are you going to be open tomorrow? Which was a stupid question. She said no. But why is that car parked out there in front of Barnes & Noble? And the lights are on inside. I mean, if you were a retailer and you were, you know, trying to pay your payroll and hang in there, I'd be open today if I could be. Here's the problem. People sell it as, well, we want our employees to be with their families. Well, I'm not saying that's not true, but I can tell you this. Most of the time, they know they're not going to get enough people to come in. And if they want them to come in, people want double time. So you're, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah, I don't really care about that. I don't really care about the holidays. I've been this way as a kid. I didn't really care. I'd get lost. Even when I had girlfriends or when I was married, well, I'm still married, I would try and find a way out of family events because they never really meant too much to me. It was like more of a inconvenience than a fun time. Yeah, I'm just not into the holidays, you know, really. See all those cars parked over there? What the hell are all those cars doing if Barnes & Noble's not going to be open? Yeah, I moved there in 1998. Yeah, I really had a great time, man. I rented a place for about 6 months right across from the Playboy Mansion. Great, had a swimming pool on the roof. I mean, if you haven't been and lived in big cities or spent time, when I first got there, I remember thought, man, the rest of my life is going to be great. You know, you think that when you get a job, when you get a boat, an airplane, a new car, a new wife, a new girlfriend, you have like this momentary time when you think, wow, am I so lucky? This is going to be so great. And then, you know, reality kind of slips in, and before you know it, even though the amenities are better, you're kind of thinking the same way you did before you moved there. That's what I've done. I've figured it out, though, at least. I know now that there isn't any place that I'm going to move to that's going to be nirvana. I realize it's all between the ears, and it's what you make it while you're there, whether it's in a leaky single-wide trailer with a tarp on the roof or a $850,000 condominium with a $2,200 a month maintenance fee. Oh yeah, man, the time flies. You better believe it. I've always been a big like going out to eat guy, and I've met a lot of waitresses in my day. And I was just thinking of some of them last night. I knew them; they were younger than me, and now they've got like grandchildren. And just the time goes by. Yeah, it's a moving target too, Peanut Tube. Yeah, I think it's a moving target. Happiness. Yeah, see you, John. Yep, take care. Daisy is happy she got her treats last night. And it looks like Chick-fil-A is going to be open today. Unless that's because there's a couple cars out there. But I wonder why all those cars are parked over there in that mall if Barnes & Noble's not going to be open. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Mary. I would agree with that. Yeah, probably true. Moving target. And you change, That's why these people that... Well, now, women have a... they can be independent in the 50-year golden wedding anniversaries. I mean, the likelihood of two people evolving and changing the same and being able to stand each other over 50 years, I think it's got to have an element of luck involved. I don't think that marriage should be an endurance test. Oh, yeah, you're welcome, man. Terry? Oh, I like that. I like the sounds of that movie. Oh, is it really open in Vegas? Yeah, I got to get out to Vegas. My next plans, what I hope to do is just like go places for 3 or 4 days. Take a plane there. Get an Uber to the location. Spend all day there, and then Uber back to my hotel, and then fly home. Oh, really, LA, huh? Huh. Yeah, that's what I say, Clarence. Yeah, I think it would be. I'm really surprised Barnes & Noble has hung in there as good as it has. They probably have their creditors by the balls. They can't afford to let them go under. That's right, Mary. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, thank you, Terry. So you're living in the moment, Mary. Yeah, huge online market, yep. Maybe there's a couple people that go into Barnes & Noble and put all the stuff back where it's supposed to be from the people that just sat there and read everything for free. That's one thing that I don't feel sorry for them for. When I was a kid and you went into a drugstore, all the magazines were shrink wrapped. I knew the manager at the Barnes & Noble where I lived in Chicago, and I would be pissed off all the time. People come in there, take out all these books, get a coffee, read them, and leave them on the table. And she said they really preferred to have people leave them on the table because they put them back in the wrong place most of the time, which was worse than leaving them on the table. So you got a business. Your business is selling books. People come in, they look at the books and don't pay for them. They sit in there in a climate-controlled, expensive building and buy one coffee, and then at the end of the day, you invest more labor into putting the books on the shelves that the people didn't buy. It's just nuts. No wonder they're going out of business. I mean, I think they should leave the books and the magazine shrink-wrapped. Why the hell would you buy one? I mean, I buy them, but why would you buy one if you could sit there and go in there and drink a coffee every day and read the whole thing over the course of a week for free? It just doesn't make any sense. No other business is like that. You know, you couldn't go into a car dealership and just drive around the car for a month and take it back. What the hell's the difference? Yeah, I think so too, Mary. Hey, Bloom Elbow, how you doing? Yeah, how can you get any lazier? I don't think you can. I don't think you can get lazier. Yeah, beer's good to be thankful for. It's funny the opinions you get when people drink alcohol. It's like, oh, you know, I love this taste of it, you know, and they're all kind of negating the effects of alcohol. I can usually shut them up when I set them up on a conversation about beer. And if they're smart, they'll say they don't like to taste any beer. But look, the truth of the matter is, people drink alcohol because of the way it makes you feel. Hello? Look at non-alcoholic beer sales. Have you ever drank it? Have you ever had a non-alcoholic beer? It sucks. I rank it right up there with Christian rock. Yeah, you drink it because of the way it makes you feel. I'm not saying you have to get rip-roaring drunk and head the wrong way down the expressway. But I think it's pretty apparent why people drink alcohol. You too, Justin. I'm going to a Greek restaurant. Probably get lamb chops. Yeah, pretty sure I'm going to get lamb chops, yep. Hey, drink for the effect. You're honest about it. Yeah. Oh, okay, Klaus. Yeah. You know, I don't like most Greek dishes, though. I don't like that moussaka, and I don't like stuffed grape leaves. I don't like those kind of dishes. I like the lamb, maybe broiled fish. I like the way they do chicken. I like the way they slaughter everything in lemon. Like I got my lamb chops yesterday, Mediterranean style, which means charbroiled but lemon on them. And even though I like that, I think I might just get the charbroiled today. I don't like something charbroiled and then it's not charbroiled tasting when they put lemon on it. You know what I mean? It's one or the other. Yeah, I'm not a big baklava. I'll eat a piece here and there, but I'm not huge on it. Yeah, feta cheese. You know, it's the saltiest cheese there is, feta cheese. Do you know that? I missed that on a Jeopardy question one time. I'm not big on Greek salads. I mean, I got one there because I was in a Greek place, but honestly, this sounds crazy to you, but I don't want to take the time to eat a big-ass salad like that. I mean, I'm not in love with it to begin with. And I just get this salad. It's like, it looks nice, thanks a lot. It's a big salad, but it's going to take me 20 minutes to eat this, and I don't want to spend that kind of time eating a salad. So you want to talk about lazy. How's that for you? Gorgonzola and blue cheese is better, yeah. Yeah, I love blue cheese. That's my favorite. Gorgonzola is right up there too. Yeah, I just didn't want to mess with it. And then it goes on more than that. I get this salad and I look at this thing and it's like, oh God, man, I should have got soup. So I pick away at it and eat it and, get my heart rate up with sodium intake. I mean, it looks better than it tastes, honestly, to me. And then there's a whole bunch of it left, and, I'm going on an hour and 10 minutes, and I'm not even done with this salad yet. And then I hit absolute rock bottom. I had to ask for a to-go box for my salad. More time wasted on this damn thing. But, believe it or not, I thought when I ate that giant meal that I wouldn't be hungry before I went to bed, but I was. I even checked the McDonald's across the street, and they closed at 11. So I ate the rest of that salad. Yeah, I'm in Fort Wayne, yep. But I'm not going to get that salad again. It's a beautiful salad, but I just don't want to take that kind of time. No, I never had Greek shawarma. Yeah, tzatziki sauce is good, yep. Yep. The Asians have the sauce down, though, I think, out of all the cuisines. Man, they come up with some sauces that are like, you could put clothespins in it and it tastes good. Now look at this poor old sucker walking down the street. He should be walking on the grass. He's probably working for one of those food delivery outfits. Yeah, now he's backing up. Poor guy. Look at him. Backing up again. Backing up again. Backing up again. Yeah, I would interview him. I don't want to get chopped up into little pieces. Daisy's going to get a treat. I haven't been in the interviewing mood too much lately. I don't know why. Oh, is that what it does to you? It makes you do stuff like that? Yeah, poor guy. I'd buy him a damn turkey dinner if I could. He might not like turkey. That's one thing you gotta watch when you're like trying to do a nice gesture to somebody. You assume that, because you're giving it to them that they like it. They might not. He may hate turkey and dressing. Oh, really, Dustin? Oh, okay. Oh, chicken, that's cool. Yeah, gyros, that's why I'm looking at it. Yeah, but I don't know if this P.F. Chang's is going to be open today. I don't think they're going to be open. But there is a Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel's not bad. This shows you how you can. This is another cog in the wheel of realizing I'm getting older. They opened up a Cracker Barrel in Belleville, Michigan. I used to stay at that Red Roof Inn a lot, but then it sold, and I wasn't going to get a deal there, and I just didn't stay there anymore. But when that Cracker Barrel first opened, I'm not shitting you, I saw this with my own eyes. They had a sign on the door. We are actively not hiring homosexuals. This would have been like probably 89, 88. They had a sign on the door that said that. Can you believe that? And they would actually quiz people during an interview if they were gay or not. Yeah, I like watching traffic. Yeah, you could be OCD. It's possible. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a hard day for me. Hell, I don't care. This is a typical day for me. They all kind of mash together. Like last night, it just seemed like the weekend to me for some reason. I gotta sit and think what day it is. I'll bet you money those people in that car over there, I bet they're in there putting books back in Barnes and Noble. Because it's lit up in there, even though they're closed. Yeah, AIDS. I can remember I was just about ready to graduate from college. That was 1980. And this AIDS thing started coming out, and I thought, God damn it. I'm glad that didn't hit my freshman year. It was just like something you didn't really believe. It's like, it's hard enough. It's hard enough just dating. Now they got to throw this ringer in. Yeah, that was like that down in Alabama. Yep, places like that. I can remember too about that time. I can remember ESPN starting out. And I remember thinking they're out of their mind. There is no way in hell they're going to have a TV station and all they talk about is sports. Yeah, she's back there sleeping on the back seat. Daisy's not a morning person. Yeah, actually, I go on YouTube sometimes and watch Soul Train. So unfortunate, Don Cornelius, he ended up committing suicide. You know, he was a Chicago cop. Yeah, I love Soul Train, man. You talk about just an iconic cultural gem. It's just so fun to watch. And they do that dancing. Yeah, Soul Train was great. I loved the Midnight Special too. Wolfman Jack was a really good guy. You just look at back then, man, it was just like so fun. But if you talk to people getting old, they all talked about the old days. I don't know if it was that great or it's just because, you know, the time is jiving with thinking like an old man. Oh, you want to know what? Those people, those cars out there, those are people getting the Black Friday thing ready at Barnes and Noble. So I just saw a lady go in the side door. That's what it is. Those are Barnes and Noble people getting the Black Friday stuff lined up. Yeah. You don't need to send me any money, Justin. I appreciate it, but you don't need to. But thank you. Send me a new windshield. Actually, I have money I got to hand out. I think about another, maybe $120 or $30. A lady sent me Donna for her husband Andrew. They live in Europe, I think, maybe Canada. So I still have money to hand out. And I still have two big giant boxes of clothes. I have them with me. They toured Kentucky with me. Yeah, you know, you guys know this if you've been around a while, but on the windshield deal, I go through a lot of windshields, and they really will jack your insurance up if you have too many claims. So it doesn't affect my vision, so I don't really care that much. I'd rather not have the crack. But on that West Coast trip out to Montana, I got two more places that are going to do that too. One's at the top of the windshield, and one's kind of at the side. And if they fracture across where it's right where it affects my vision, I'll get it replaced. But I try and max out these windshields as good as I can because I don't want to turn too many. And one of these windshields is like $520. So, you think, that's why I keep comprehensive on this. I don't have collision, but it's because of windshields. And you think, oh, they get a deal on it. You just go in there, they're going to put one in for $80. $500. So I can see why they jack up your rates. I mean, it's a money-making business. If you get 2 windshields every year and your premium's $800, you're probably not going to be around for long. Yeah, I got lucky with the crack on this one, yep. I'll tell you, when that stone hit this window this time, it sounded like a bullet was shot. Maybe a bullet was shot. But I mean, you wouldn't have wanted. That's why I don't let Daisy stick her face out when there's other cars around. I don't want a stone hitting her eye. No, I'm gonna eat at this Greek thing. It's such good food. They're open till 3. I did have to put 2 new window motors on this thing about 5 months ago, which I wasn't thrilled about. Yeah, we didn't have one of those. That safe light, we didn't have one of those near me, and I looked my ass off. They used to see people in parking lots doing those, but I looked for it, and there wasn't a safe light close, and you know how it goes. Before you know it, it gets cold, and the first cold weather, here it cracks. I did try to get that fixed, but I never was close enough to a place, or, yeah, I wanted to, believe me. Yeah, I don't want her getting a stone in her eye. Daisy's eyes kind of bulge out of her eye sockets too, kind of. I tell people this sometimes, like she'll sleep on my lap as I'm driving. And I'll say, hey, you're not going to believe this, but put your hand over, she'll think it's my hand, but put your hand over Daisy's face and you can feel her eyeballs bulging out. And they do it and they're always like shocked because it doesn't really look that way. But I remember thinking when she was a puppy, I thought, man, I gotta watch this dog running around the woods. She's got these big bulging eyes and I don't want a stick hitting her in the eye. But it never happened. But her eyes definitely are huge and they like stick out. I mean, the eyeballs like outside of the socket, a lot of it. Hey, no kidding, Ace. Wow. Yeah, you could, but I've got, even in small towns, there's usually 2 or 3 window places. To me, it always seems like it's half-assed when they're going to go out there and try and put a window in my driveway. I don't give a shit. It just doesn't seem like good enough where it'd be in a heated shop. They'd have all the tools and the glue got to dry right and all that kind of bullshit. So I never have them come to me. I'm sure if I lived out in the middle of nowhere, it'd be a good idea, but... Oh, I believe it. Yeah, same to you, Justin. Yeah, sure will. Yep. Now, once the crack does this thing, you're done. You're not fixing that. You got to get it when it's a little BB hole. Yeah. Yeah, you can do the do-it-yourself ones, but you really got to drill it and put this stuff in it, and it's not a guarantee. The windshields are so thin on these vehicles now. I mean, you wouldn't believe how thin this windshield is. Oh, full coverage. Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, I got just comprehensive. I'm surprised they even write it. It's only like 50 more bucks a year, but at $500 a windshield. Same to you, George. They got a lot. I noticed another Greek restaurant right down the street, Athenian. Must be a lot of Greeks in Fort Wayne. I see they have a Potbelly Subs as well. Well, you guys got to learn something about Barnes & Noble today. Even though they're closed, they got about 10 people that drove here, at least, that are working inside, getting ready for Black Friday. Oh, no kidding. It cracked the windshield, huh? Oh, you're right, Brian. Sorry about that. Oh, no kidding, Kaylee's. Wow. No, I was in there last night. They said they were closed today. That's what she said, unless she didn't know what she was talking about. That's one thing I wonder about. I was talking to a lady in the Dearborn. It's actually Allen Park. She worked for Toys R Us for 35 years and then got laid off. And they went tits up. She said the only job she could get was at Barnes & Noble, and she said it was all sorts of bullshit, like 3 and 4 interviews. It always surprises me the type people they get at these bookstores. They can't be paying much. And they're always like well-spoken. You talk to them and they're educated and how they ended up there. And it's just like, how the hell do you like live on $12 an hour? Does anybody know this? I don't see how you could do it. So you're making like what, $4.50 a week? How do you like even pay rent? Wow, 30 years, God. Yeah, it's probably it. Work a lot. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Yep. Now, J.C. Penney, didn't they go out of business? I see there's a J.C. Penney on the backside over there. Maybe that's the. That's kind of weird how that's designed. How you can barely see the penny. Must be on the other side of the mall. Yeah, that's about it, Chrissy. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's hard to believe. When 30-year-old people start dropping dead from COVID, that ought to get your attention. Yeah, you're right, Brian. It's ignorant. People don't pay attention. They don't do what they're supposed to be doing. Oh, wow, Mary. That's how, huh? Wow. Yeah, that's what it is. Multiple jobs. You're probably right. When I was going to college for a while, I worked at UPS part-time. And I started there like in 77. And my pay for working less than 20 hours a week, my gross pay was like $225. And I had full benefits, full health insurance, drove a new car. It shows you how times have changed. Oh, really, Steve? Oh, are they doing that in China, locking people inside? Wow. Oh, it is. No kidding, huh? Yeah, I thought they were all out of business. Well, good they're hanging in there. Yeah, I don't blame you, Steve. I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean that's cool living in the woods and all that, but that gets old after a while. At least it does to me. You want to really test your closeness to nature. Do what I did. Go get dropped off by an airplane for 11 weeks and not see anybody the whole time in Alaska. I was going crazy by the fifth day. I've realized the magic number for me, at least within driving distance, I need to be around a town with about 300,000 people. Maybe not living in the city limits, but it needs to be accessible, like Fort Wayne right here, like Lexington, Kentucky, like Ann Arbor, Michigan. I need to be in places that size. I want to go to the bookstore and the Best Buy and the Chick-fil-A and the Greek restaurant. I don't want to be eating stadium nachos on a good day at a 7-Eleven that's about ready to go out of business. No kidding, LA. Wow. Yeah, I learned a lot about myself being alone. Yep. Uh, you ready for this? I want to tell you how stupid I am. This is how this is how dumb I'm capable of being. You ready for this? Like I had freeze-dried food, all this bullshit, and a tent, of course, and a sleeping bag, and all that kind of stuff. I learned how stupid I'm capable of being. I didn't take a first aid kit, and I didn't have any bear spray. I mean, the only thing I could have done worse is maybe get a bucket of bacon grease and paint my ass with a paintbrush and run around placing bets on how long it was going to take me to get attacked. I look back on that and I think, what a moron. Why would you do that? And I'll tell you why I did it, because I didn't plan on getting hurt and I didn't plan on getting attacked by a bear. Nuts. Yeah, it doesn't get much more dumber than that. Yeah, it is, Klaus. You're right about that. Yeah. No, I didn't check with anybody. No, I didn't check with anybody. You had to sign this thing with the guy that flew you around that, he was not coming back and that it wasn't going to be his fault if you ran out of food or you had appendicitis, and that was it. Yeah, isn't that funny how that works? Okay. Well, when I was there through the summer months. And no, I wouldn't have went out there in the winter. No way in hell. People it depends on where you're at in Alaska. Like, if you're in Anchorage, that's not that much different than where I live. If you're in Fairbanks, it's a lot different than where I live. And anywhere you have a lot of water, just like where Mary lives, it's kind of like a big heat pump. Water saves you from a lot of snow sometimes, unless you're in Buffalo, where you're on the east side of a large body of water. But it's not the crazy cold that you'd think, like you get in Siberia and certain places in Alaska, Fairbanks. Along the water, it's not bad. And if you go down the Aleutian Islands, I've been everywhere in the Aleutian Islands the same way. It's not that bad. It's not crazy like you think. Everybody thinks because I live in West Branch and not in Detroit that, I need to have an Arctic cat to go to the store. We don't get that much more snow than Detroit. Now, if you get 90 miles north up near Gaylord, they call it the snow belt. It's a little worse. But the lower peninsula snow is really not that big a deal. I mean, they get nailed occasionally, but it's not like crazy. Hey, Graphic, how you doing? Hey, Philip. Yeah, I want to get out to Las Vegas. I'd like to see those underground people. That almost doesn't even seem believable. Looks like Chick-fil-A must be doing a lot of deliveries. There's 3 Chick-fil-A cars and a Chick-fil-A van. So I'm assuming they're doing deliveries. Now, Chick-fil-A, that's a religious outfit too. I'm not sure, but I think they may be Mormons. They're closed on Sunday. So is that one Hobby Lobby. There's some religious people. They're closed on Sunday. Oh, they cater. Oh, no kidding, huh? I had a Chick-fil-A one time in Columbus or Cincinnati. I thought it was all right, but it wasn't enough to like go out of my way. Do you think Chick-fil-A is that good? I mean, I read an article one time. I think they may deep fry their chicken in peanut oil. I'm not sure, or canola oil. They had some kind of shtick. But what's so great about Chick-fil-A compared to like a chicken sandwich anywhere else? Oh, are they, Claudia? Really, huh? Oh, that's cool, feathered friends. What's so good about Chick-fil-A though? I mean, why is it different than anywhere else? I notice when I drive by them, there's some long lines. Now here's an old guy getting out of a car over near the mall. He's going to walk up to the door. And I can't possibly. He's going to try the door. Yep, locked. He thought the mall was open today. Oh, is that what it is, Chrissy? Okay. Oh, really? Yeah, I'll have to try one. I haven't tried them in a long time. Best nuggets. I actually think Culver's has pretty good chicken tenders. They must soak those tenders in like some kind of meat tenderizer because they're like really soft. Oh, really, Claudia? Oh, wow. Huh. Well, that guy's not having a nice Thanksgiving. He thought he was going shopping today. Yeah, you're right about that, Philip. Yeah, you're right. It's not uncommon for restaurants to sell, like if you go and let's say they're running a chicken breast dinner at a ma and pa diner, they're injected with vegetable oil. Yeah, you're exactly right. And there's a lot of water content in fish too. Yeah, you're right about that. Oh, my mic drops? What is a mic drop? What is that? Oh, that's cool, Justin. Oh. Hormones. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna come out there. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'd like to go out there. I'm gonna come out to Las Vegas. I used to like to just go out there for 2, 3 days and get lost. I like the idea, like being alone out there. I love that movie, Leaving Las Vegas. If you guys have never watched that movie, I highly encourage it. Here's another guy. I thought he was going shopping. Nope. Excellent movie, but I like going out. I like the anonymity of it all, where you can just go out there and like stay up and play on a slot machine and get a drink, then go get a dinner and then get a shrimp cocktail, then another drink, then sleep in and get a coffee in the morning and sit around. I like just getting lost in a crowd of people I don't know. Well, I don't blame you, Justin. Yeah, a lot of crazy people, you're right. But I don't know how Las Vegas is it like in this day and age, like right now. Like if you were out there, if you'd notice a difference. Yeah, it was a good film. Hey, Roddy. You didn't have that bullshit ending. I thought Elizabeth Shue was like so great in that. Oh, same to you, Ashley. Oh, I'm a wonderful man. Oh, you haven't seen me when my computer's not working right. But thank you. I think if like somebody is a wonderful man, I think you need to ask somebody that's known him for like 30 years and more importantly lived with him. Now, if they said I was a wonderful man after that, I would agree with it, but only wearing a mask. Yeah, I mean, I'm next to two giant strip clubs at my hotel, which, 40 years ago would have seemed like paradise. And I don't even like, sometimes I think what's wrong with me that I don't want to go over there and get a beer. It doesn't really interest me. I think probably the worst part would be like a guy like me going in there and somebody wanted to sit with me and I'd have to listen to this bullshit. I'd rather just give them $20 or $30 or whatever and just like put a do not disturb on my table. Yeah, I just don't want to like get into that kind of small talk. At a strip club. I don't know. Maybe that sounds terrible. Maybe I'm shortchanging myself. For all I know, that I could run into someone that's was on Jeopardy 14 days in a row, but I doubt it. Yeah, it's all BS. You're right, Claudia. Yeah, and as far as I know, I mean, I was in one about 6 weeks ago with the guy that runs a Red Roof Inn. I didn't really want to go, and it just fortified what I already knew, and that is, it's not like when I was young. I'm not into like purple hair and nose rings and different names on your breasts with green ink tattoos that you got when you were in prison. And it's just not attractive to me. It's not like the old days. This looks like, I don't know. I don't get it. You know, you're old when you're in a topless bar and you don't recognize one song they're playing. And then you say, could you please turn that racket down? Tattoos. Yeah, you know what I mean, Justin? Yeah, you know you're getting old when you walk in a topless bar and you think, God, is that music is way too loud. That's a good point, Blue Manitou. You're right. They might have them, but nobody goes to them. Yeah, and turn up the heat. God, is it cold in here? Yeah. Don't you guys have anything else to eat besides peanuts? Yeah, you're right, Justin. Yeah. Oh, you never have, Stephanie? Yeah, I mean there's some weird thing that happens with couples. I don't know whether it's control on the man's part or what. But you'll see like a guy and his wife in there, maybe it's his secretary or his girlfriend, but they're having a good time and the girl's acting like she likes girls just like the guys. Just strikes me as all bullshit. I'm not saying it's ever legit. It's like two cute girls getting drunk and acting like they're going to turn lesbo for a night. You know, they can glean the reaction they're getting from the guys, but you can spot bullshit right away. I want to see two lesbos out in the middle of a park and they don't think anybody's there with my binoculars from a half mile away. Now we're talking. Not some kissy face horse shit in a nice nightclub. Yeah, you got it, Claudia. No, I didn't stop coming to Detroit. I haven't been in town. You know, believe it or not, to be in Detroit, you've got to be in Michigan. And I haven't been in Michigan in about over a month. Yeah, Mary, you don't seem like the type person that, you know, a guy would approach to want to go to a strip club. You know, you kind of give off that independent air and, you know, what do you mean going to a strip club? I mean, why would you want me to go there with you? It'd probably be an instant argument. No, it doesn't. It doesn't at the beginning. I mean, it doesn't at the end. At the beginning, when you first meet somebody and you like them, I mean, you're checking yourself on all sorts of shit. Where you're going to eat, what kind of movie you're going to watch, where you're going to go on vacation. But as time goes on, you get more comfortable and you let your guard down. You start giving them both barrels on the littlest thing. Oh, that pissed you off, Blue? Yeah, see, he was testing the waters. Well, you drew the line in the sand that time, you know? Yeah, autocorrect's a pain in the ass, isn't it? I mean, most of the time it works, but sometimes it makes you sound like, you know, there's something wrong with you. Nah, Steve, I really don't. I mean, I used to watch a lot more videos of, you know, other channels. I watch aviation videos, boxing, MMA, but just regular channels, not that much. It's time consuming to have a YouTube channel. I mean, it really is. I spend most of my time deleting negative comments. I would if I could, Mark. It almost seems like it's staged. I would if I could, yeah. Yeah, Chippendales. I knew some guys that did that Chippendale stuff. I don't have. I think I do have one, but I never used it. I mean, I never solicit money. I mean, I never like record what I do for people because I don't need to. But for other people, I do just so they know. I'm giving what they sent. But I would never do that like Patreon or people to pay to your channel. I mean, it's just nuts. Like, here's a perfect example. Like, if it was all about views and subscribers and stuff, I would just go like interview my ass off wherever I would go. I know that the videos that I've been uploading are not going to get many views, and I'm certainly not going to get any new subscribers probably. People get really pissed about my food videos. I don't know why I upload them, to tell you the truth. But like these videos of Muncie and Anderson and Andersonville, nobody gives a shit about those. My driving videos, nobody likes them. So for this whole time that I've been gone, outside of the interviews, I know that it's not gonna like make a channel popular. But that's okay. I mean, I like doing it. I've kind of just only done what I really feel like doing on this trip. And I mean, you could argue that it's cost me views and subscribers, but I'm fine with that. I do the same thing now as I did when I first started out. No different. Never ask you to thumbs up, thumbs down, like, share, join, tell your friends, watch the whole video, nothing. Well, I missed that, Justin. What's that? Well, I definitely tip. I would say I'm a big tipper. I mean, I think I'm a good tipper on, under normal circumstances. But with this COVID, I think I give them bonuses because it's not that much more. And these people are having a hard time. And even on a busy day, they're down to 50% capacity. You'd have to do something off the charts to not get a 20% tip from me. And if it's good service and it's slow and I'm watching them twiddle their thumbs because they've only got 2 tables, they're probably going to get a 100% tip because of the circumstances. I mentioned this before. It's so interesting to see when you give somebody a big tip, their reaction. Some don't want to take it. They think it's a mistake. And 50% of the time they say you don't need to do that. It's an I'd love to know how this has gotten people's psyche, that when you're a server and somebody gives you a big tip, and it's not like I'm just tipping cute young girls. I'd probably tip an old fat one more just because I want to make sure she's going to have a good day for a couple seconds. But there's two things they say. They say, you don't need to do this when you want to give them a big tip. And why? Like they're questioning you. And I always say, you deserve it. It was great service. I appreciate it. Times are slow. What really gets me feeling sorry for servers is when they're stuck. Help them with the to-go orders. Now, there's an argument for not tipping on a to-go order. I get that. But in these circumstances, I mean, I tip at least what I would if I was sitting in there dining. I mean, it's not that big a deal. Yeah, I've had that. Yeah, they do. They say, why? You don't have to do this. I say, I know I don't. But, you did a good job, and I've been watching you. I had that happen in a little town where I got those chicken livers the other day. She said, well, she said, you don't have to do this. I said, yeah, I know. Oh, dude. No kidding, Philip. Wow. Yeah, I can't see who called. That's what I think. That's what I think, Kay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care about that. I wouldn't. You know, when I was young and stupid, that I would never get involved like a girl that was a topless dancer or a prostitute or an escort. And then as I've gotten older, and I've got to tap every single resource there is for a date. No, I'm just kidding you. As I've gotten older, I don't think that that would bother me now with the right person because I understand how people get into it. I understand how they stay into it, and I understand that they can be good people, and that life's got a way of, you know, throwing people curveballs. The bottom line is, I wouldn't look at it like I did when I was younger, like some dumbass, like they were less of a person, because I guess I understand more about life. It's just like women that get in porn and stuff like that. I mean, you can say what you want and whether it should be legal, whether it shouldn't be, blah, 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 but I can tell you this. Uh, they're not happy people. They have a disproportionate amount of suicide, addiction problems. They're not like jumping up and down that they were in porn for 20 years. And that's the problem. It's the same reason why I interview working girls. They're not happy people, and that's the thing that bothers me. You know, they end up doing this for a lot of reasons, and it doesn't make them bad people. And you know, it's hard enough to go to work every day, let alone hating what you're doing. And I think that's what draws me to working girls. And as you get to know them better, there's a lot of abuse, like Raven, sexual abuse, weird shit, getting treated poorly as a foster child, just out there sleeping with these perverts for chump change, no place to sleep, and I know they don't want to do that, but they can't find something else to do while being a drug addict. Yeah, Jeannie. Yeah, that's true. Yep. You know, Philip, with Jeannie though, and this is, I could be totally off base with this, but I just wonder. I know that's what she says, but I just wonder if that's valid. You know, whether it tries to, like, one thing I've noticed with working girls is they tend to boast about what they charge, and a lot of them exaggerate. If you look back at Angel, that first interview I had with Angel, they exaggerate what they make. And in their mind, when they're articulating this to you, they want to be $100 girl. They don't want to be a $10 girl, and that's meaningful to them, and that's interesting to me. I mean, you could say, well, does this dollar amount matter? Well, to them it does. Oh, big time, Chrissy. Yeah, the stigma of porn, you know, they try and like pass it off like this is something I decided to do, and screw you if you don't like it. But I've read about it. I've talked to people that have done it. The problem I have is that they're not happy people. It's self-deprecating behavior, self-defeating behavior. You're getting on you look at like relationships between men and women, or, you're just going out there and you're really throwing a ringer in this whole thing when you're charging for what should be a free relationship amongst normal people. And I don't think they ever get out underneath that rock. Yeah, she seems happy, but that doesn't mean anything. I'll tell you another person I feel bad for. You could say, well, what do you feel bad about? Because she did it by her own accord. Monica Lewinsky. I think there's an argument that ruined her life. But yet I understand fully why she did it. But boy, I'll tell you, she seems like a nice girl. And, she gets on there and does a TED Talk. And under those circumstances, I think it just wears away, eats away at you. It's not something to brag about. You too, Susan. That's good advice, Chrissy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have been ashamed of things maybe at 30. I don't think I'm ashamed of anything now. I just looked at it as part of life. It's a moving target of happiness and being content. Yeah, hindsight's 20/20. Isn't that the truth? Whoever coined that phrase, boy, they nailed it, didn't they? Yeah, there are, Mary. Yep. I've had women ask me before about, they thought about getting in the sex industry and porn and topless dancing. And here's the thing. How do you go to a place like that? I don't anymore, but I did. How do you go to a place like that in good conscience and then advise against it to someone that you care about, that you want to see have a good life? It's just one of those damn ringers you get sent to you in life. That something's got to give here. Either I wasn't good for going and supporting that industry, or I'm being overprotective of a stranger that could make a ton of money in a shorter period of time. You're faced with these kind of decisions all the time, but any girl that I've known that's asked me about that, they said, I want your honest opinion. I tried to talk them out of it. And that may be faulty, but I did. I didn't want them doing that shit. Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just these are one of the things that you just get. It's like eating meat. How am I an animal lover and that I like Daisy and try to protect her, but yet I'm wearing crocodile skin shoes and leather belts and ordering veal parmesan, which, by the way, that's the one thing I don't eat, and it's because of the way they're raised, and that's veal. Not doing it. But, as I've said a million times, a pig is smarter than a dog. And I had a club sandwich the other day. That's just as messed up. So you always got these things. Is it here for survival? And, if you hang your hat on Christianity, the animals are put here for your benefit. Use them sparingly. But I don't really live a Christian lifestyle. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, God, I don't know about this. That's why I don't hunt. I wouldn't enjoy it. That's why I don't fish anymore, because I caught dolphin the fish and they turn into this beautiful rainbow colors. They're flopping around the boat, suffocating. And when I read that later, I thought, you know what? This thing's gasping for air and it's turning into this beautiful rainbow color. It's making it worse. I don't think I can do this. And that just may be its own form of mental illness. Maybe I should have just chopped his head off and had fish sandwiches for the next 2 months, but I just didn't. That's the way I went with it. I thought, now I still eat tuna fish and other fish, and I probably eat mahi again. But so, you know, this is just one of these slippery slopes where you're always juggling balls of how you're going to go with this in life. You know? Yeah, isn't that the truth, Steve? Yeah, you wonder what causes that. I don't know if it's just a lot of data input and you get softened, that you've seen it so much. It's like if you went to Disneyland and you were 10 years old, you'd have endorphins and all sorts of stuff that you'd think, wow, this is so great. But if you went there every year for the rest of your life, there'd be a time where it wasn't so fun anymore. So I'm not really sure how that works. I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana, doing a surveillance on a Barnes & Noble that's not open. And I've concluded with my high-level investigation that those are people getting ready for Black Friday. How do you like that for some PI work, huh? Yeah. After about an hour, I realized all those cars sitting there with nobody in it had to have a link to a bookstore that was not open. Yeah. Well, it's not over yet, Cindy. It's not over yet. Yeah, I was a kid. I was like 16, and there weren't that many deer around where I grew up. There are now, but there weren't at the time. And I'm going through the woods and shooting everything in sight. And I'm sitting there with this gun, and this deer walks up to me, like maybe 10 feet away. And it wasn't like it didn't see me. And it was deer hunting season. And it walked, and it kept getting closer, and it kept looking at me and walking closer, and got about 10 feet away, and I raised this gun up. And I was gonna shoot it, and I thought, I can't do this, man. This thing looks like a stuffed animal. But what really cured me from hunting was when I was a kid, everybody hunted. It's blue collar, factory work type environment. Hunting, fishing, you were gay if you didn't do any of those. And I got paid by a farmer to shoot groundhogs because they would dig up around the barns and cause these big holes, and they just didn't want them. They would give me $1 a piece for every one that I shot. And I shot them my whole teens, young kid, 22, used 22 shorts. If there wasn't any houses around, I'd use hollow points. But anyway, one spring day, there were 3 young groundhogs that had fallen asleep on top of a log. And I shot all 3 of them. And man, I really felt bad over that. And I thought about it and thought about it, thought about it, got my $3 and thought, you know what? I'm not doing that again. And that was the end of my hunting. Yeah, I'm in a McDonald's parking lot. Yeah, but next to a Starbucks. Yep. Hey, Tassie. They just didn't back then, They were hard to catch. Oh, really, ramming? Yeah. Hey, Tassie, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving to you. Are you having a hamburger today? Or you getting some turkey? Hey, little nitty. There's old Tassie, man. You talk about a gold standard example. I'm not kidding you. Oh, you need help? Well, you get a hold of me. You get a hold of me. I'll help you out. Was that you that called me a little while ago? Yeah, I'll help you out of it. Just text me and I'll give you a call later. I mean, if you guys, I don't watch them like I used to because I don't think they're as good as they were, but these TED Talks, you could take Tassie with no script, no notes, no nothing. Just get a chair and a microphone and put her on a TED Talk, and it would set all sorts of records. When they connected the dots to where she was and where she is now. All right, well, I'll help you out. It's no problem. No, Tassie's would be. I mean, the fact that Tassie is still amongst the living within her attitude is just like crazy. Now I'll call her when I'm done with this. I'll straighten it out either way. Oh, look at the geese. Yeah, I mean, I think on the subscriber thing, I mean, I think it's kind of like, I don't really understand it. I mean, I don't pay too much attention to it, but they just keep racking up, which, it doesn't make sense when, I'm doing pretty much videos that aren't popular. I don't really get it. Like I say, once you get canned into that recommended list on YouTube, you're kind of home free. Yeah, I believe that, Tassie. That happens a lot. It's funny you should bring that up because I've noticed, I stay in a lot of these red roof inns. I've noticed that there's a lot of homeless people staying in them. They cut a deal with the owner and, they panhandle and, yeah, 90% of your money's going to a hotel room. Yep, I believe that. We'll get you straightened out on that or get you a better living arrangement. Yeah, motels are expensive, but unless you go to a red roof inn, now they've come out with this new plan. They call it a red hot ready deal or something. I mean, I've got AAA and I don't give a shit really. It's really cheap for me to be out doing this. People think it's like expensive. I rack up points as I stay, but I think it averages like $46 a night. No dog fee. I mean, it's not bad. And I'm racking up like a free night every 8 times I pay. So, it's not. I know people that pay more rent than I'm paying being on the road like this. I go out, I eat like one good dinner a day. It's not like everybody thinks it's like I'm living some luxurious life. I think I live a great, fantastic life. I couldn't be happier. This is like my dream life. I've been this way my whole life. I don't I renewed my PI license. I haven't done a private detective case. I can't even remember when. I don't know why I renewed it. So this is how my day goes. I hit the road. I get a coffee in the morning. I take Daisy for a walk. I drive around and take photos. I don't know why I like it. Take videos, interview if I feel like it. I check out a place. I've been lucky enough. Like I told you, I bet I went by Kentucky, London and Lexington, Kentucky 250 times in my life on my way to Florida. And I got gas and I got a sandwich and then I got back on the road. When you've got a job and responsibilities, you don't have time to check out every damn place you drive through. Well, now I do. And I'm grateful for it. Spent a week in Lexington, 5 days in London. I was just down a week in Indianapolis. Now I'm in Fort Wayne. I'm so lucky to do this. Let me tell you, Fort Wayne is beautiful. So I get up in the morning and I start taking pictures. Then I go to a Barnes and Noble and I buy a couple books that interest me because I think we're going to be in a total lockdown, although I'd be buying them anyway. I'm going to change my master bedroom to an office. Then I do videos, do a couple interviews, and I look for a good place to eat. Not great, but like a P.F. Chang's, this Greek place I'm going to. Take some more photos, go on the internet, come home, upload my videos. Now, believe me, no one is more aware than me than the videos that I have uploaded are not that great. They only appeal to like a small group of people. So if people are ever wondering if I'm trying to make this big money making scam, I haven't made a dime on any videos since I've been gone. They're just not the kind of videos that draw a lot of attention. I just take it as it comes. So I haven't hoarded myself out in any way. I'm not like thinking, oh, really, I got to put up this kind of video or I got to put up that kind of video. I'm telling you the truth. My favorite videos are just a damn pickup truck driving down an expressway that I don't know the guy and putting music to it. I don't know why. I just like that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I live like a simple life. I mean, my van, that speaks for itself. I buy my clothes used. Any of you guys ever visit me, stop by and visit. I got a lot of nice brand new clothes you can have. Shirts, nice ones too. Like designer shirts, leather jackets. I don't like wearing that kind of stuff. Never used. I don't even have I had a really killer hand carved French Rococo dining room set from 1885. And I sold it to a guy because I don't even have a dining room table. I don't want one. I got books. I sold all my antiques. Now I'm going to make a nice office. Empty basement. I even got a car in my garage, which is crazy because it was just filled up with bullshit. I quit collecting everything. I'd still do buy books. So I do my videos, get a coffee, take my dog for a walk, go to a bookstore, upload my videos, surf the net, read the news, do a chat when I feel like it, turn it off when I don't. And I'm surprised that I do these chats because I would never like get together with people under other circumstances. I always like find ways out of it. It's so weird how this has turned out this way. But it's fun, like, talking to people like under this scenario, and you don't need to like meet them face to face because that's just such a pain in the ass. Hey Diane, I hate to bring this up on Thanksgiving, but are you interacting with Ollie on her channel? Are you commenting and being part of her channel, Ollie's? Yeah, I've never smoked marijuana, but I have done gummies, and I can take them or leave them. Oh, thank you. Same to you. Hey, Faye. Yeah, I think so too, Klaus. Yeah. Hello, Karen. How you doing? Hey, Ashley. How's it going? Because I'm gonna, I tell it like it is, and I'm gonna be completely honest with anybody. That Ollie has been nothing but a pain in the ass. She's called up and made lies and turned me into the police, making up stories. She's an absolute lunatic. You can ask Jesse Dunn about Ollie. And if people send me screenshots and I find out that people that are on my channel are having any kind of interaction with her at all, I'm going to be straight up with you. You're not going to hear it through a rumor mill. I'm going to block you. I don't want anybody that has anything to do with her coming on my chats or making comments on my video. She's a lunatic. She's a convicted felon. She's a troublemaking stalker. And if you find comfort in communicating with someone like that that's done nothing but try to hassle and harass me, I don't want you here. I don't. I mean, you can say you don't know her and that has not been it doesn't matter. Anybody that is interacting with her, that kook in Flint, or that nut job down in the Campbell building in Detroit, I don't want you here. It's a private channel, and I'm going to treat it just like you were if you lived in my neighborhood. I don't know that they're spies, but it doesn't take long to ascertain what troublemaking people these are, these misfits that can do nothing but copy other people's content and start trouble and stalk the relatives of people that I interview. I'm making it very clear, I don't want anybody on here that interacts with Ollie or Debbie or Nitty in any way. And if I get a screenshot of you conversing with them on their channels, I'm going to block you. Well, I mean, and that's fair, Diane. You may not know what a lunatic this lady is. And even Daisy, the girl that has some health issues, she's a young kid that I believe is innocent. And that's what Ollie does, is she'll seek out people that she knows belong to my channel and befriend them and get their email and then try and ruin their lives because they figured out what she's like. If you didn't know any better, I can understand that. But that lady has been nothing but trouble to anybody that has crossed paths with her. She's got a large, lengthy criminal record and is a total dirtbag troublemaker. She gives everybody troubles under every circumstance. Ask Jesse Dunn. No, I don't want these people around. And I don't want anybody around that associates with them. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? I mean, this lady is like off the charts crazy. Nah, you can't get these people shut down. That's the downside of YouTube. You also can't keep them from using your name. Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up because I want to make very clear, I am going to make a little video on this. Lost Souls 69 or whatever the number is, 67, whatever she calls herself, Angie. I'm 100% behind. She had a difficult life herself. She was a working girl. She was a heroin addict. She's been on methadone for 10 years. She has a nice husband. She has kids. She's living a nice life and doing what she can. And she's giving back. She's a very thoughtful, kind, decent human being. I support her channel 100%. She can use my name. At least she had the courtesy to ask. Anything I can do to help her, I would. But some people don't understand that, and they find it offensive that she's using my name and her titles. I hope she does. I'm proud to say that she uses my name in any video she uploads. Look, I got lucky, and if it helps her get her channel going, she's doing the same thing I'm doing. More power to her. I'm 100% in support of her. You guys know, anybody trying to start a channel, you're welcome to post your links. The more I can do to get you a channel going and up and running, the happier I am. Honest to God. There's nothing unique I've done or better than anybody else. It's shit luck. It's the internet's version of musical chairs. This takes no skill. So, I don't want to be some big douchebag that thinks that, I've done something better than you, because I haven't. And if you can promote your channel on mine, I'm really happy for you. Yeah, it's Lost Souls. There's a number behind it, 67 or 69 or something. She lives in Texas, out around, I'm not sure what town it is. But she goes around, she interviews people, and I get a lot of emails. Do you know she's using your name? And she shouldn't be using your name. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Because I'm telling you, to just start a channel out nowadays, I couldn't even tell you how it is. If my channel got canceled and I had to start all over again, you'd never hear from me. Because a part of it's luck. Oh, a 79? Yeah. Yeah, they're just strange, odd people. They still don't get that. They actually think they're going to turn their channel into something popular. The light bulb never comes on. They're angry, hostile, troublemaking lunatics that I want nothing to do with. Yeah, is it 79? Is that what it is? Lost Soul 79? Yeah, she's a good person. 69? Yeah, that's what you ought to change it to. Yeah, I'm not into this drama and all this bullshit. And you guys don't realize the extent that these lunatics, particularly that nut job Ollie, she'll go and she'll contact Becky's mother and say that I'm a serial killer and I haven't been arrested yet. And then she'll contact her kids and say that, I'm supplying her dope. Just troublemaking lunatics. But Angie's a good person trying to do a good thing. I don't run into too many people that live that lifestyle that go back and like help how she's trying to help. I mean, she's got a good heart. And I'll tell you too, here's another thing. Angie is paying people, and she's, struggling like everybody else is out there, trying to pay these people and do the right thing and, live a normal life. And it's hard for her. At least I've gotten to the point now where uh, the monetization pays my expenses. I mean, it's not costing me anything to be out here anymore. It used to. It did for years. If you'd have told, I didn't even have my videos monetized till like 3 years ago. Uh, I was just doing it for the fun of it. Well, drama, kind of fits a certain type personality. I mean, this notion that, I'm a serial killer and that you're pointing me out just shows you the level of how low an IQ can go. First of all, I'm a licensed private detective. I have been for 40 years. I got a degree in criminal justice. I mean, anybody that would listen to a lunatic like this, uh, that hasn't worked, that has outstanding warrants, just needs their head examined. I don't know if she's giving away money or not. I don't know if she is. I mean, she's probably trying to promote her channel. I mean, if you're really into that and you're trying to at least get your expenses paid. See, I never was that way with anything. I was just thinking, wow, this is fun. And I didn't get any money until probably 2.5, 3 years ago. I'm surprised I'm getting what I am. And you never know what video is going to make it and what isn't. I mean, I bet there's less than 15 that like went viral. I think I have 9,200 videos up, and probably 9,100 of those don't really get too many views. Yeah, I mean, unless unless it's like something like crazy. And for a long time, up until maybe like the past year, YouTube categorized my videos as not suitable for most advertisers. Anytime there was the talk of drugs or a working girl, I got the yellow dollar sign, which I don't know, it's like a nickel for 1,000 views. It's like nothing. But I don't care because, that wasn't my motive. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But as time has went on, I don't know whether they, realized that, there's no underlying motive with me or people sent nice comments or whatever, but they don't do that like they used to. Oh, she did? Oh, good for her. Yeah, sure, yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, you can use whatever. Any pictures I have, if you want me to take pictures when I'm in Detroit, I will. Any pictures or videos. Now, look, I have a list of this. There's people that want a copy of the dead tree. I got a list. I'm going to do all these things once it's winter and there's nothing to do, and I didn't forget anybody. Anybody that wants pictures, but anybody can use my videos or my pictures. Go ahead, no problem. Anybody wants a copy of a photo they like sent to them that they can get printed. They're 46 megapixel photos. No problem, man. Glad to do it. I've told Gerald and Maddie. I told Gianna and Casey. I tell Sharon. You guys need photos taken for your channel, or no problem. Be glad to. Yeah, I mean, I never messed with like any of that, the giveaways or any of that stuff like that, because that wasn't the plan. But if you're trying to build a channel, why not? I don't think it garners the attention that you think it would, but it's up to them. It's called promotion. YouTube's always got a bunch of ways you can promote your channel. I never pay any attention to any of it. I can tell you this too, I don't even tag my videos. I put a title and that's it. I don't put any of the meta tags anymore. I haven't for like ever, for a long time. 50 million views? Yeah, I don't really know if I do or not. I don't know how they do that. I was looking through, I was thinking about, changing some photos, and I saw that somebody viewed my profile like 50 million times. That's like crazy. I mean, I should be in a diaper in an old folks' home. Who is watching this? I don't know if that's my total video views or they're working at my profile. I really don't know. Look, YouTube, they're the kings of the block on analytics. And whether you agree with it or whether you don't, if you wanted to just turn it into a moneymaker, just do everything they tell you to. The numbers are there. The videos that are popular are there. I glance at it once in a while because I'm curious. But there's a method to the madness on what sells. And I'm lucky to be able to ignore it. Oh, thank you, Karen. But I don't really follow too much of that stuff. I'm lucky. I'm lucky I don't have to, I guess. But I think the real luck is that this is just I'd be doing this whether people were watching or whether they were not. I like going back and looking at my stuff from like a long time ago and thinking, oh yeah, like this. It might be 5 years. I'll be on a ventilator, eating handfuls of Viagra, trying to watch Pornhub, and I'll be thinking, God, I can remember that. That was 5 years ago when I was able to drive. And I was out in front of a McDonald's looking at a Barnes & Noble that was closed. Oh, yeah, boy, 5 years has gone by already. You reminisce. It doesn't need to be, the greatest birthday party in the world. It could be little subtle things like this that just jog your memory that you remember, and you're surprised how much time went by. Oh, Daisy's good. She's sleeping in the back. I can hear her breathing. You sweeping, honey? Yeah, Daisy's doing great. What time is it? What time is it right now? I don't want to miss my lamb chop dinner today. Oh, thank you, Maggie. Her blankie, it's around. I haven't used it lately. Somebody sent that like car seat for Daisy too, but when I left for that Detroit, I didn't have enough room to fit it on the front seat. So whoever sent that, it's going to be used. But I haven't been home in 7 weeks, and I'm going to try that out as soon as I get back. So thank you again. Well, as far as the people that are on here, I mean, I've pretty much blocked and got rid of the troublemakers, the uncouth, and the ignorant. So it's nice that you recognize that and that we get this kind of turnout where we can have a civil conversation. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Oh, Central. Okay, so that'd be it's 1 o'clock. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be heading to my Greek restaurant pretty soon. No, I would agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, ignorant and rude is such a huge turnoff. It's ridiculous. Oh, yeah, 1 o'clock. Yeah, good. Oh, I will. Don't you worry about that, Claudia. Better believe I'm going to take a picture of my dinner. I think it's called, what the hell's the name of that place? Liberty Diner. If you look it up, Liberty Diner, Fort Wayne, is absolutely fantastic. The lady was telling me on weekends they're packed. I can see why. It's all homemade stuff. I mean, really, like, this is like in the 80s where everybody was making a ton of money and you go out and get a nice Greek dinner. It's that kind of place. Greeks own it. Probably their great-grandmother's recipe. Super cute waitresses, smart too. Great conversationalists. I love the inside decor. The only thing I found a little strange, it's kind of like a 50s vibe. Like they're playing oldies on the radio, which I don't really get with a Greek restaurant. But, oh, it's really good. Liberty Diner. You know, when I was looking around, thinking about what I go to Fort Wayne or not, I saw that Liberty Diner and I swooped in on it on Google. And when I saw the menu, I thought, oh yeah, that's what I want. My only bitches are not handmade, they're not homemade gyros, but they're too labor intensive. It's just like New York delis are having a problem now. Nobody wants to pay $21 for a good pastrami sandwich. That's a fact. I mean, why would you pay $20 for a pastrami sandwich when you could go get a dinner someplace at P.F. Chang's? It was killer with brown rice. You know, it's just the cost of quality food is right up there with a full-fledged dinner, and it's really hitting them in the pocketbook. I didn't really like their rice pudding that great, to tell you the truth. I don't like that thick kind of wallpapery paste rice pudding. I like kind of soupy with flat and cinnamon on top and warm. That almost struck me as like a hybrid rice, like pudding, not rice pudding. Oh, thank you. See you, Bob. Ever thought of selling, renting back your condo? Nah, not really. I don't want to be a landlord. I was a landlord at brief times in my life. It's a pain in the ass. You know, I'm already on edge going back in there. Like if I, uh, put a pencil scratch on the uh, painted wall. That's not. I wish I didn't do it, but after all, it is my house, and I'll get one of those white spongy things and take it off. But when a renter does it, I want to kick their ass. So I don't think I'm mentally healthy enough to be a good landlord. You know, I think you should pay your rent on time, and when they don't, like overreacting. It's just not worth it. Thank God I don't need the money, or if I did, then I'd have to rent. But I'd rather leave it vacant and not worry about it. I know they get like $1,200 or $1,400 a month where I live for a condo, and it just doesn't interest me. Oh, she did? What'd she say? What'd she say about me? What did she say? Here, I'll look back there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I appreciate it, but I really don't think I've done that much. I mean, just nice to people for a little bit. It is frustrating. I think that I can't do more because I mean, I think I do pretty good at what you see and hey, how you doing? I mean, here's $10. Do you need this? Do you need that? That's easy to do. I mean, anybody can do it, but I certainly would feel better about it if I could get people on the right track. I mean, off drugs for sure, but just feeling better about themselves, just to be caught up in this world of drugs and this sex with these pigs and just low self-esteem and no hope. That's when I want them to get better out of it. I mean, the method of transport seems to be drugs and prostitution, but you could be a person that was lonely, stuck in a community where I live with no friends. That's just as bad. I want to have people get a taste of feeling better about themselves and hope. And it's frustrating with a lot of the working girls that it's hard to do. But it seems like it's working girls and people with drug issues. That's true, but I just don't have the easy access with other people that feel bad about themselves in another way. Oh, Don Halls? Okay. Oh, good steaks. Yeah, it was just downtown. What a beautiful downtown. God, is that nice. Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, it could be a lot of ways. I mean, I feel bad about it. I mean, I've had my own mental health issues, that's for sure. So, there were people along the way that helped me. So, but that's not why I'm interested in doing it. I was kind of interested in doing it anyway, but that certainly fortified it. Yeah, a lot of nice, kind people, yeah. Yeah, codependent, yeah. Well, it's just like the beaten housewife type deal, these women, it's somebody knows the husband's knocking the woman down and they get them out of there and they're gone for a week and everything seems great. And then they go back to him and it's frustrating. But you're right, it's that odd, quirky, weird, codependent relationship that unless you've been there, you don't really understand it. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Yeah, they're doing a lot of that sell and lease back or those reverse mortgages. Yeah. Oh, I'll meet you down there, Cindy. Yeah, I'll meet you. Yeah. Streets of Southwest Detroit are interesting, yeah. All right, hey, happy Thanksgiving, Graphic. Have a good day. Thank you. You ought to do interviews around there if you're in Las Vegas. That's a gold mine of an area. Well, I think it's a scam, but I think if you're out of money and you're older, it gives you the last resort of staying in your house. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea, but sometimes, desperate times call for desperate measures. I see that light sensor just came on, and that blinking light on top of the Barnes & Noble. It's actually in the building behind. I mean, I think a lot of things are scams. Go get a Walmart credit card, 23% interest. I mean, that's how the poor stay poor. They pay way more for everything, especially if they don't have transportation. I mean, Walmart, they get on the bandwagon and they do some decent things for affordable drugs for people, but their credit card program for people that need credit to eat, and the interest rate is criminal, if you ask me. I think they're real shitbags for allowing that, especially with a company that has that kind of resources that could afford to give back. That shows you how sneaky they are, because you're just looking at them through the $4 drug program while they're bending over thousands of other people with their 23% interest. When you're paying 23% interest on food charges trying to stay alive, you're never going to get out of the hole. Hi, hon. You want a chicken treat, honey? Daisy isn't having turkey today. She's having a wrapped chicken smart bone. Right here. Come on, hon. You want that? Yeah, girl, honey. That tastes good to you? Good girl, hon. Give it to me. Well, you guys, I think I'm gonna go as soon as I sneeze, call the FBI. And you know what? I don't have a mask on, but I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Excuse me. I know I'm allergic to Daisy. I know that dander, I'm allergic to it. I just sneezed and I don't have a mask on. Am I going to be on the America's Most Wanted? Yeah, the FBI. I mean, no shit, man. I started thinking, that shows you how this shit gets to you. I'm out in the middle of nowhere in my own car without a mask, and I'm worried about it. It doesn't get much more screwed up than that. I'm looking around to see if they've got me on a government satellite. Holy shit. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. So you guys have a good day. You just hang in there. If you think today is going to be boring, in less than an hour, you're going to be able to get a video of a Greek dinner. Yeah, I'm not going to get the rice pudding today, though. No. I don't think you should have to cut rice pudding with a knife. It's kind of dry, too. I'm not knocking the place. It's just not my style. Thank you for being open today, Starbucks. Even though my dad's rolling over in his grave that I pay $5 for a coffee and give a $5 tip. He's probably glad he's dead. He was the cheapest son of a bitch that ever lived. Yeah, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. It is crazy, though, isn't it? I can't talk about how bad things are getting when I'm given $10 for a coffee. That ought to be enough coffee for a year. They got this brew house here too. I don't know if they're going to be open today. Goodbye. Look at Scratch Kitchen, Cheddar's. They got a lot of good restaurants here. Olive Garden's closed today. That's kind of surprising to me. Mission Barbecue. Anybody eat at this Fazoli's? I've been close to going in there, but they say they're not fast food on their website. Look at that poor old guy out there looking for something to eat. I'll buy that guy a damn turkey dinner if I could, if I can. I'd love to buy somebody some turkey dinners today. If I saw them and I know they wanted it. There's Don Hall's Hollywood Drive-In. That's where they said they had good steaks. Try one out. Yeah, you too, LA. Yep, take care. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to get some lamb. I don't think I'm going to get the lamb chops. The lamb chops were good, not great. I'm not going to get that Greek salad because, like I said, I don't want to commit the time to eating it. If it was like Brazilian barbecue, yeah, I'd be taking the time to eat that, no problem. But that Greek salad, I get carpal tunnel eating it. Chuck E. Cheese. Maybe I'll get a tattoo today, a big turkey on my forehead. China Express, no thanks. See all the things there are to do around here? Pet Palace, get Daisy a haircut. You know, I don't know. I didn't notice the Culver's here. I'm not getting a Culver's on Thanksgiving. They are good cheeseburgers, though. This is kind of a weird place to pull in up here. Yeah, this is like kind of like heavy industrial. Here's these two big giant topless bars right outside the door of my hotel room. Where is this damn place? Oh, here it is right here. Brandy's and there's another one too. Yeah, this Greek place is packed. See, that makes sense. When I was in there, it was like nobody there, and I thought, I don't know about this place, but yeah, see, it's busy as hell. It's because they have great food and they're open. Pilot, and go over there and get a CB. Tassie has a, I'll talk to Tassie today. I'll get her Cash App and her PayPal or whatever it is. Yeah, Tassie's in a jam when many people are. You know, you need an emergency place to live, and it's costing you $60 a day to live there. So you're paying a disproportionate amount of your income just to sleep at night. And then if you want to eat and whatever, You know, he's slowly going broke. I'll help her out, no problem. I'm thankful to be able to help Tassie, no problem. Oh yeah, look at this. I think I'll just park down here. Oh, Grandma doesn't sideswipe me. Yeah, this place is busy as hell. That's a good sign. Here's the other big topless bar, Showgirls. All right, you guys, you have a good day. I'm gonna go in and tack this lamb dinner. Bring Daisy out something. Cause she likes lamb too. So you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll be checking in with you later. Have a good day. Thanks for being around. Yeah, I don't blame them. I don't want to cook. I don't mind broiling fish or something, but I'm not bringing on any recipe book. All right, see you, Philip. See you, Mark. See you, Rachel. Yeah, it sure will. Get into your sexiest outfit. All right, see you later, you guys. Goodbye, Mari. See you, Sandy. Hey, Cat. I'll be right back, Daisy. I'm gonna go in and get a big Greek dinner, honey. And get you something too. I'll get you